Beautifully Balanced. Thank you for joining YouTube. I have my co-host here, Tamei Wilson. You can also find her on Instagram, Magically Blessed 444. And today we are talking about friendships, unfiltered, building stronger bonds, navigating through challenges, and celebrating connections with our friends. And we just going to get this conversation going. The reason why I wanted to talk about it because I'm transitioning into like a healing journey. I'm finding myself again. I'm being creative. And I noticed that some people's energy is different towards me that I wouldn't expect, which are friends. So I thought this was important to talk about because I believe a lot of people have transitioned over the years and have ups and downs with friends. And I thought this would be a conversation for us to talk about. So, how are you doing today? How's your mental health this evening? Let me start with that.
Well, thank you for asking. I am doing well. I'm in good spirits. Um, yeah, really no complaints. Just trying to maintain my mental, my spirit, my physical activity level, just trying to maintain at a healthy balance. But I'm feeling great and I'm happy to be back here with you. First time on YouTube. We did an IG live, but I'm very happy to be back here
Right.
with you. How are you feeling? How's your mental?
Today I'm feeling good. I've been struggling a little bit with seasonal depression, but I appreciate you. You send me affirmations, positive messages through social media, through text. So I want to say thank you because it means a lot. It uplifts me. Sometimes I teary up, I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. But I'm doing good, and I just want to say I appreciate you. Thank you for joining, and you're always welcome. You're my girl. So we're gonna get into this. You know what? Let's talk about red flags because red flags we got on red.
Right.
Red flags has been a real big topic. You normally see it between men and women relationships. But how you feel about red flags in friendships? I never even thought about that until I started researching it.
So I think that red flags are a huge thing in friendship, and it is definitely worth paying attention to, and not just paying attention to it and noticing it, but actually acting on it when you notice it. That's a big
Right.
thing because sometimes we'll see something early on in a friendship and be like, that was funny. That energy didn't feel right. Or even as time
Right.
goes on, you can have a friend for so long and all of a sudden they'll start acting funny and your spirit will pick it up. And you'll pick it up and then just put it to the side. And then months later, something else will happen and your spirit will pick it
Right.
up. I feel like that moment when you notice the red flag, it would
Mm-hmm.
definitely benefit you to act on it. If you're not going to approach the
Right.
person and try to figure out what's going on, you may have to move away
Right.
from the situation. But yeah, red
Right.
flags is a big thing.
What's
I,
a red flag? Like, is it a sarcastic comment, or is it or like a comment that is target, like a personal comment that may be negative? Like, what's like a sample of a red flag coming from a
absolutely. Like,
friend?
so when you hit on sarcasm, that's a very good example because sometimes we just have sarcastic friends. Sometimes the people in our life they're just
Right.
sarcastic. But when you're doing something, um, and you're celebrating something that you are doing that you're happy with, that you're proud of. It could be a job, it could be a new adventure, it could be a new relationship, and you're really excited about it, and you're expressing that to your friend, and the sarcastic comment seems
Mhm.
like a hater comment. Yeah, that's a
Right.
red flag because you're supposed to be
Right.
celebrating with me. You're supposed to be like, "Oh my God, girl, I'm so happy. I see you doing you.
Right.
Like, I'm happy that you." But that sarcasm, there's so much of a message behind the sarcasm. You know what I
Right.
mean? A friend could say something like, "Oh, okay. I see you think you 10 years younger now. That's cute." To me, that's a compliment. You telling me
Right.
I look and I'm acting 10 years younger, but then you could have that same situation and be like, "Girl, you better cut it out. You know you grandma age." Like that's a hater comment. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Right. Right.
so yeah,
Right.
like to me, yeah, you sarcasm big. You could find a lot in sarcasm with friends. Pay
Right.
attention.
And I
Be
believe
woke.
support is, yeah, I believe support, like non-support or support where it matters, if it's non-existent from a friend, I think that's also a red flag. Like, especially
Mhm.
if I'm always there for you, even though I don't always have to be there, but if I'm there supporting you on your highs and your lows, I feel like that should be reciprocated. And I'm noticing that too. That's as a red flag that support don't go both ways, and it's so unfortunate, especially amongst women. I feel like we should be supportive of each other and lift
Mhm.
each other up, especially when we struggling. but
Mhm.
the support, it's like it's lacking now. I'm starting to notice with friends, and I just wanted to
That's
point that out there. That can be another red flag as well.
I don't think that the support is lacking in friendships. I think that
Mhm.
the type of friends, there's certain type of friends that don't
Right.
know how to be supportive. And a lot of times they're either selfish or they're haters. Because I've had experiences or situations where I was the type to always give of myself. I want to be there for you mentally, spiritually. I want to uplift you when you're going through something. I'll stay on the phone and let you talk about your life for 2, 3 hours, because that's the support I feel like we should give each other as friends. But if you are a selfish individual or not truly happy about seeing your friend happy, when it's your turn to do the supporting, you don't know, you either don't know how to show up like that or you don't want to, because you're selfish. You don't
Right.
care. You don't care to listen to what's going on with your friend. You don't care to be there the way that they're there for you because you're selfish or you're hate. You don't, and that's a red flag.
Right.
A
Right.
true
Yup,
friendship,
that's
a true
another one.
friendship, a true friendship has a healthy flow of give and take energy. When your
Right.
cup is not full, I'll fill it up. When my cup is not full, you'll fill it up. But if I'm always giving from my cup, it's like a relationship. No, that's not a healthy
Right.
friendship. It's not.
Right. And another topic was friendship goals versus reality. What, like, do we see all these friendship goals on social media and how friends should be? Is that really reality? Is this how we living? Like, besties, you know how they always have support your friend, like people like relationship goals. They'll target two celebrity girls or someone together and be like friendship goals, but they don't really know each other. It's just that, oh, we look cute and we hang out together. Is that for real? Or are we going towards that route where we just link up with anybody and say we friendship goals?
Absolutely not. We absolutely do not
Mhm.
do that. No, 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 no. We take, just like in a relationship, a friendship is a relationship. And you have to take your
Right,
time to get to know this person that you are calling your friend. As
right,
far as the goals, the friendship goals, which everybody sees on social media, you should never be trying to emulate anything that's on social media because you really don't know what's going on in the background. Everybody has their own definition of friendship, and that's why a lot of times we trauma bond. We meet
right,
people when we're going through something or just came out of something traumatic, and they're going through something traumatic or just came out of something traumatic, and we bond through the negativity. But as time
right,
changes, one of us may change, one of us may heal, and now the friendship is
right,
not the same. So everybody has their own individual definition of what a friendship is, and that's why it's so
right,
important when you meet people to really spend time and talk to them, get to know if y'all are in alignment, if y'all on the same vibrational frequency, you know. because you're gonna realize, oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, I'm like, have you ever met a female that you be like, she's man cool, but you be like, I'm just not feeling it?
Right.
You ever experience
Yeah.
that, and then you don't take it further,
Yeah.
you
You be
don't
like
call her,
something.
it's
Yeah,
off,
something is off. Right.
or you don't
Right.
reach out for brunch, you never reach out again to go out or hang out because you just felt it. But then you have those other friends where
Right.
you be like, oh my God, I just clicked for her. The frequency is aligning, you
Yeah.
know?
Right.
So
That's
them
true.
goals, no, I don't go off of goals. I go off of energy. I go off of vibes. I go off of how we relate to one another, how we treat each other.
True. I
You know.
agree with that. How do you
Hmm.
feel about making new friends as an adult? I feel it challenging for me because I don't really trust people.
Right. No,
I
that's a
don't
very
trust
that's a
people, and um at my big age, I'm like kind of cautious that I'm more cautious. When I was younger, I was quick to be friends, make everybody my friend. But I realized at this age, you can't call everybody a friend. Not
no.
everybody's a friend. And I had to really analyze that. Like, I keep saying my friend, but really, I worked with this person. We didn't do nothing personal. We don't really
Hmm.
have anything personal interact. So, why am I saying she my friend? But I'm finding out I'm meeting new friends through this content creating. I don't know if it's friends or I just say network, social media friends, I guess. But do you think it's easy or hard to make friendships at our age or as an adult?
Well, me, I've always had like two or three good friends, and I had to break up with one of my friends. Like this friendship thing is real. I had to like really break up with her
Mhm.
and be like, you know what, I can't do this anymore, because certain things was happening. But after that happened, I prayed. I prayed to God, and I said, you know what, God, I would like to be more open. I would like to meet more friends. I would like to attract more women to me that is on my vibrational level at this age of
Right,
45, because who I was at 20 is not who I am today. And it was very important for me to
right,
attract females that was on my vibrational level. And what I realized is what I thought was so hard making friends, it's actually very easy when you're intentional about the type of friends you want to attract into your life. It's very easy
right,
because you go into it with an idea of what you're seeking. And the moment you see that that's not in alignment with what you want, you walk away from the situation. But you're always going to attract your vibration. And that's why now in this social media world, you're meeting new friends that are on your vibrational frequency. They want to do what you're doing. They're doing what you're doing. They relate to you. You know, that y'all are having that alignment. So it's easy
right,
to attract, you know. And I would say
right,
remain open. Remain open. And you're right. It doesn't mean that all of them are going to turn into friendships, but remain open and receptive to possibly attracting new beautiful friends into your life.
right. I also found looking for like women organizations and organizations that may align with me and what I'm trying to do, like help the community, um,
Mm-hmm.
link up with other people that's like you said, that's into wellness, fitness, spirituality. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
learning, yeah, you have to go find your tribe, or sometimes your tribe may come find you. So I
Always.
do believe in adult friendships now, but now I'm strategically like assessing it. Is this something that can mature into something great? Or is this just something minimal? Just take it as it is and go with the flow with it, or leave it alone. Sometimes you can
Well,
be
you.
minimal, like this a good thing about this, so I'm gonna keep on with this part, but then go on about my day. Cause I'm learning like with friendships and stuff, you may have a friend that's a party friend, but you can't call her, or she may not be the one to call when you need help, but she the one to have a good time. or a friend that enjoys going out to the museum or just having a conversation, don't go nowhere. Okay, this is the friend I can talk to, but she don't
Mhm.
hang out. So I'm learning I can have friends in different areas that's also genuine, but I'm still hesitant when trusting people because I did let people in and
I'm
they
the
was
same.
bugging out. Yeah, they
Right.
was bugging out. And I'm sending a link to people so they can check us out because I want people to join in
I'm
the
here too.
live. I know
I'm
I hear
here.
you. And while I'm taking this time to send another link to people to say,
Hmm.
hey, join the conversation
Hmm.
because this
And
is
have a
interesting and we trying to
I would love.
build bonds and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
Okay, I
would
sent
definitely.
another one. Yeah, I sent
Hmm.
another one. I tagged you in there. But
Okay.
what's another interesting thing? I'm gonna look and see that I had on here. Do you believe male and female can be platonic friends? And that's a two-part question. One, if you single, can you be friends with the opposite sex? And two, if you not single, can you be friends with the opposite sex?
Very good question. Very good question. You're trying to start some mess up in here, I see. Um, oh my goodness. Yeah, so wow. I feel like this. I truly believe that you can be platonic friends, male and females, or I should say, you can be friends with the sex that you are sexually attracted to. Because it could be a woman and a woman who are lesbians, it could be a man and a man who are gay. So you're basically asking, can you be friends with the sex that you're attracted to without it being anything sexual? I do believe
Or do
that it
you
can.
wait, you mean attracted? You mean attracted or non-attract? Like attraction?
I feel like, okay, let's say a straight
That's
man and a
dangerous
straight
waters to me. That's dangerous waters to me.
a straight man. That's okay. So a straight man and a straight woman. Yes, I
Right,
believe that they can be friends. I believe that first of all, everybody is not attracted to everybody. People
right,
have preferences. People have their thing that they like in in the opposite uh sex or in the sex that they do like. Um and sometimes you have friendships with the opposite sex knowing that you're not attracted to this person and you specifically
right,
choose this person as a friend because let's say me, right, being a woman, I'm attracted to men, right? Me,
right,
I would make friends with a male who has dope conversation, great energy, somebody I can call and talk to for advice, and knowing that I'm not attracted to him. I have no attraction. I might even look at him as he's my brother. He's my friend. Why can't it be possible?
right,
And I've had this conversation before with men, and men are like, no, it doesn't work like that. Any man who wants to be a female's friend, if y'all are both straight, that guy is always in the back of his head going to be waiting for his opportunity to get with you. And I don't think that's always true. I
and I
don't.
don't know why men think that because like I'm a girl's guy, like I click well with males. But since I've
Right.
been married, I'm not gonna lie, I held back because I felt like I had to be respectful to my
Mm-hmm.
husband. But I'm like, I have genuine friendships with men. So
Mm-hmm.
I introduced them to my
Mm-hmm.
husband, even if it's by phone or we in person, so you
Mm-hmm.
know. But sometimes I would like to hang out with a male friend or a group of males, but then I'm like, is this disrespecting my man?
Let me
Or
ask you a
should I
question.
have this conversation? Am I setting myself up by asking him?
Let me ask you, right? Because then he may say, okay, baby, well, I got a few friends that I want to hang out with. That's women. Are you okay with that?
I gotta see the vibe and I gotta meet her. I gotta
Okay,
see the vibe on
that's
how they interact, how y'all
that's
met. Was she an ex? Because that's all kind of things that you
right,
gotta think
right.
about. But if it's just platonic, like you never had a relationship with the male, do you think it's platonic? Like, can you have a platonic? Like with me, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it's a struggle. Dudes be trying me and know I'm married and don't give a damn. I'm like, can we just hang out and be cool? But no, they not having it.
Well, let me say this. I want to say this, and I want to get this out there. Men do not care if you married in a relationship. They don't care, and I'm learning that more and more and more. And I'm like,
They
wow.
don't, girl.
We, yeah, us women, we care. Like, we want to
Right,
know, like, immediately, like, are you living with somebody? Are you engaged? Do you have somebody who thinks that you're the love of their life? Like, I need to know all of this because it matters
right,
to me. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So men, no, you're right. They don't care. And I feel like that's the reason why so many men, yeah, you look so cute with your little
I
earrings.
said a
They look
little
nice.
sparkle here. So
They
it's
very,
like we treading on light water with this topic. Cause it and then it depends on your man. Cause some men like, nah, I ain't having it. I don't give a hell if you knew him. He was your play cousin since y'all was 5. I don't
I
want
don't
you
care.
hanging out with no other men. It's
Hmm.
unfortunate. Maybe we can evolve and be friends.
I mean,
What
but you
about
also got, I'm sorry, but you also got to
mm,
set boundaries as to what takes place in this friendship. You know,
right,
there has to be boundaries. Like,
right. What
what
about
have your
like
man?
a brunch? Hey, you want to go
So
out to
okay,
brunch?
and I feel like that's okay, but I feel like that should be a group thing, especially as a married woman. As a married woman, I
Okay.
feel like there's nothing wrong with going to brunch. Let's say you going to brunch with 3 of your male friends and 2 of your girlfriends, and y'all
Mm,
doing like a little friends brunch. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, but I do think you
right.
begin to open doors when it's like, okay, now it's me and you spending quality time together.
Okay. So
I do think
basically
that.
we can't really spend that kind of quality time like we would spend with our homegirl. Cause it is
No,
kind of intimate too when we with our homegirl
it's
sometimes.
very intimate. Our relationships with what I've noticed about women friendships are
Oh, women. Let me
they're
stop saying girls. I'm sorry, women.
right. What I noticed about women friendships is it's very romantical and intimate. And what I mean by that, I don't mean that in a way of, you know, sexually. I mean that we really cater to what we need as women. The things that our men don't pick up, the softness that our men don't give us when we going through. If you go to a good friend is going to be that intimate energy that you need. A good friend is going to be that love
Right.
that you need. And you can't do that with a man, especially if you
Right.
married. You can't have that intimacy and that support. When your man is
Right.
lacking, you go to homeboy for that? No. You opening doors.
Oh yeah. Yup.
You opening
Yeah.
you opening doors. So there has to be
And we
boundaries.
gonna end it. We gonna end it on that note. Yeah. I agree. The group thing might be best.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, that's true. The group thing. What about friend breakups? When to let it go? Like when to you like, you know what? I think I can't. I have to part ways with this person now. It's gone too far.
When the relationship becomes toxic, when the relationship becomes toxic
Okay.
and you don't, and after a conversation with that friend, you questioning yourself, you questioning something you did, you don't feel good, and it becomes a pattern because of something they did or some type of energy they
Mm,
gave you. Mm-mm. Or when you're constantly pouring into them,
mm,
and when it's your turn that you need support, they don't got it to give. They busy. They doing this. They doing that. Mm-mm. No, at 45 years old, no. My friendships are like my relationships.
Right.
My friendships sometimes are more important in my life than my relationship with a man. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Right.
So at this
True.
age, no,
True.
I know when it's time to break up. I do, because it's like
Right.
it's not beneficial anymore. It's not fruitful. When it stops being fruitful, Latrice, it's
Mm-hmm.
time to go. It's time to go. I don't care how
Right.
long you've known them. I don't care how you met them. When it's not fruitful, no fruit is
Right.
being bared in the friendship. It's time to go.
Right. Can you with a okay, so what about if you felt like you outgrown them? Would that be considered a breakup? Like, I outgrown them, they really didn't evolve, I'm not getting any substance from them,
You're
they're
naturally it's gonna
draining
happen.
me. Like, is that
It's
a
naturally,
breakup, or is that like
yeah.
just keep my distance?
That's a breakup, and I'll tell you why. Because spiritually, whether you say the words or not, whether you say, listen, listen, I can't do this no more, our friendship can't continue, I got to move on, like you
Mm-hmm.
do with a real breakup in a relationship. Even if you don't say
Right.
that, because your frequencies have changed, y'all will
Right.
naturally go like this. Even if
Right.
you don't do it, even if you try to avoid it, it's the frequency, it's energy. There's nothing you can do to change it. In
Right.
time,
And
you will
that's what
notice
I've
that.
been struggling with.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been struggling with. I'm like, they're my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Even like, cause I'm the type, I know we all have flaws. We human. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm the friend that would try to help you, get you out of your rut, try to motivate you, listen to you, support you, or whatever. And even though you may not be on a level as me, I know you're genuine and you're good. But then I'm like, okay, you keep complaining, you're talking, but you're not putting stuff in motion. I feel like I'm kind of leveling up a little bit. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, that person may feel like I'm pulling away, but really I'm working. I'm trying to get things accomplished for me. So I've been struggling with that because I'm like, is that a breakup, or I'm just busy right now? Like, or should I just keep it
I mean, it
neutral
depends. It
when
depends in
I
situations
outgrown
like,
somebody?
so to outgrow somebody really means that
Mhm.
you are not benefiting from the relationship anymore.
Okay.
And
So I got to
if that
accept that.
you have to accept that. Now there's situations where your life changes, you're doing extra stuff,
Hmm.
you have new adventures, but when you do have time for that friend, or when that friend has time for you, it's still magic. That's different, as opposed to
Okay.
the friend that you're changing and growing, and the time that y'all do have together is just like blah, not beneficial.
Right.
It feels like they're secretly
Right.
hating or they're not supporting you. That's
Right.
different, because I've had situations where I changed. I went to nursing school. I became a nurse. My friends didn't. But when we get together, when I did have time for them, it was still beautiful. There was no reason to let that
Right.
friendship go, because we still had our special little thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Regardless of how much I changed or grown, we still had that bond. But I've also had friends
Right.
that I leveled up, and you just see, it's just not the same anymore.
Right.
It's sad,
And
Latrice, but sometimes
yeah,
people.
I learned through therapy, friends come in cycles, some come in, some go out, and it's
Mhm.
okay. And I had to learn to be okay. Like, okay, just because we went to fucking kindergarten together
Mhm.
don't mean we need to be in contact. Cause that's how I was. Like, you're my friend forever. And I'm like, it don't work like that, because I wind up getting burned because I'm thinking somebody's a friend and they really wasn't a friend. Another thing I'm learning is
Mhm.
the mixture of
Oh,
friends. I'm learning I cannot mix friends. I actually had a falling out with a friend
Mm.
because that friend didn't rock with another friend. But I was so focused on me. I'm like, well, y'all here for me. What's the problem? But then I ain't think about it like it could have went left because these girls don't rock with each other. So now and then some people mindsets are different too. I didn't realize that. I would mix a whole gang of people of different
You can't.
personalities because I
No,
have
you can't.
friends with different
No,
personalities. But
you can't
I'm
do that.
learning now it don't work because I almost lost a friend over that. So how
Yeah, it
you
does.
feel about mixing? I can't believe I waited to this big age to realize this.
So for me, like special, like if you are gonna mix your friends, right? Let's say it's your birthday. That's fine. But it can only be over
Mm,
dinner. It can't be no vacation. That's too much time, space, and
right,
energy. Anything can happen. Now, a
right,
2 3 hour dinner, bringing all your friends together, they can get through that. They can love you enough
right,
to get through that 3 hour dinner appropriately. But a vacation,
right,
time spent, no, you can't. I don't really
right,
mix my friends because I have different type of friends. Like I have my friend that I've had for 16 years. We have a
mm,
bond. We came together at a very early age. A different me met a different her. And over the years we
right,
have changed. Our relationship is wonderful together. There has been some ups and downs, but now I'm making new friends, and my new friends are the type of girls that do like to do women group things, like let's all get together and do this, let's
right,
have a brunch, and you know so they're totally different from her because she's like, no, I don't want to do any of that, I just want it to be us and that. So I just try not to mix my friends.
right.
I try not to do it because
Okay.
there's different. Because there's different things that I get from different relationships, and when you bring them together, it's like who do you cater to? How do you what part of you do you bring out? Because with this friend, this may be your spiritual friend, and this friend may be your
Right,
successful go get it friend, and this friend may be your party turn up friend. Who do I show up to the party with if I have all these different personalities who get different parts of me? I'm not being fake. These are all different parts of me that each friend
right,
caters to. Who do I show up with if I got all of them around?
right. That's true. And I had to learn that the hard way because I used to plan girls trip and invite everybody under the sun. Thank God it wasn't no fights or anything. I think because we was young, we was so
Mhm.
into partying. It's like let's go out and party. But now that I'm
Mhm.
getting older, we're grown. We want to be in our comfort zone. We have our mind already set on how we want our energy to be. So now
I-
I'm learning, yeah, you're absolutely right. Do not mix friends, especially when they have different thought processes, different ways of thinking. If they're introvert, out like extrovert. So I'm starting to learn that too. But then you may get some of the friends that, why I didn't get the invite. So
and
how
that's
you
what I'm
deal with that?
I'm very honest. I'm very honest. I'm a Scorpio. So if you
Right.
can't handle honesty, you can't be my friend. I'm very honest. I will come out and tell them, listen,
Right.
it was that type of vibe with that friend, and I really appreciate the vibe that I have with you, but I just didn't want to mix. I'm very raw. I'm very honest. And 9 times out of 10, the person will be like, oh, okay, that's fair. That's a fair point. You know?
Right.
I'm
Right.
very honest. I'm very
Yeah.
transparent about it. Like I didn't want to mix y'all. I didn't want to mix. You're
Okay.
my friend in that way. You know, those are my friends in that way. I didn't feel like it was a good mix. It doesn't change our friendship and what we have when we get together and how we get up. It's all love. I'm honest
Right.
about it.
I
It's just,
agree.
It's just like my kids, you
How
know.
would you deal? How do you deal with jealousy in your friendships? Do you discuss it? Do you try to manage it, or do you be like, I'm not messing with her or him?
I try
Like if
to
you
address.
notice a friend may be jealous.
I try to address it. I
Okay.
try to address it, and I try to reassure my friend that nothing ever changes between us as long as we're solid with each other. You
Mm,
never have to worry about our friendship. Just because I have different
mm,
friends and new experience and meeting new people, it does not mean that that changes what we have. And so I'm a reassurance person. I will easily reassure you. I'm not that
right.
friend that's going to like get over it. Don't be like that. I want to talk to you. I want to
Right.
understand why you feel that way. And if it's a fear of being left behind or abandoned, I want you to know that
Hmm.
I'm not going to that. The love I have for you is
Right.
solid. Like you know what I mean? I'm gonna reassure you.
Right. So would you acknowledge it if you acknowledge it and the person never brought it to you like I'm not feeling this or I don't like this, but if you just acknowledge it, would you be like, hey, I know this, can I have a conversation with you? Or would you wait until they make that comment of jealousy? You know how sometimes a
Well,
friend may say
if you
something slick
notice,
and you be like, wait, hold up.
but if you notice that they're jealous, they already did or said something
Right.
to make you feel that
So
way.
you just right.
I'm gonna address it.
True.
I'm gonna address. You're my friend. This is what friendships are about: transparency, honesty.
Right.
If we can't do that with one another, we are not real friends. If I can't be transparent
Right.
with you and tell you how I feel or ask you how you're feeling, like, girl, what's going on? You acting funny.
Right.
Then we not really
And
friends.
right. My things with jealousy, I be hesitant to say anything. I don't know why, because I feel like it may escalate somewhere else. But I'm just because I don't understand jealousy and friendship. I talked to your sister. She's my best friend. And she like people's just jealous. That's just how sometimes people jealous. You can't control it. And in my
True.
mind, I'm like, I always praise my friends. Like sometimes I might be like, damn, she doing her thing. Let me get my butt up and do something. Like it encouraged me. So I
Mhm.
struggle with a friend that's supposed to be genuine to not be jealous. But you know what? I'm gonna try your approach than not say anything. Because sometimes I just won't say anything because I'm like, I don't know where this is gonna go. And I don't want to
Well,
take it
that
somewhere.
wherever it goes, that's gonna let you know if you should continue the friendship or not.
True. That makes
Wherever that
perfect sense.
conversation goes, it's going to tell you everything you need to know. Trust me.
Right.
So don't
Okay.
be afraid to address it if you feel like it needs to be addressed, because jealousy is a very ugly monster.
It
It's
is.
very
And I'm
a very
noticing that a lot.
it's a very
So
ugly
what
energy.
do it is, and I'm like, why you want to build all this negative energy in
It's
you for this person when you can use it for something positive and great? Then focus
Latrice,
on why this person got this, why this person is doing
about
that.
them. It's about them. It's not about
Right.
you. It's about them. They are
Okay.
projecting their insecurities, their fears,
Okay.
what they're not doing. It's a projection. And I think a lot of times that's what we miss
Okay.
in our relationships. We take everything so personal. We think that the person is just doing it to us. It's a personal thing.
Right.
No, if it wasn't you in that spot and it was another friend in that spot trying to level up, they would treat them the same way.
It's just
It's
them
not
too.
personal. It's who
Yeah.
they are and they're
Right.
projecting.
You right, because I
It's
had a friend cut me off because I got out of this. I'm not fully out of it. I'm still on my mental health journey. I'm still trying to heal. But now that I'm doing better, this friend is like, I'm not messing with you. So I'm like, okay, don't mess
That's
with
why I
me
said,
then.
That's why I
If you
said it
don't,
will
right,
naturally happen. That's why I said the breakup will
right,
naturally happen. Because if the frequency
right,
is not the same no more, y'all are naturally gonna go like
right,
that because it's not the same. So you
right,
may be getting your healing and you're feeling better. Your frequency is changing. So that trauma bond
right.
that y'all connected with, right, is not a trauma. It's not the same
Mm-hmm.
anymore. The bond is being broken because you're not
Right,
in that trauma space anymore. You're coming up.
right,
So
right,
naturally, when the frequency change, whether you break it off verbally or not, it's going to break.
right. And not and you right. You right. And I gotta and I'm still going to therapy with it.
That's okay, girl. I
I'm
commend you for
still
that.
doing through therapy.
I
Yeah,
commend you
it's
for that.
I'm still texting people like join the live, but what else? I had another. Okay, I wanted to put a disclaimer out there about friendship and communication. And this go out to all my friends, anybody that have friends. If you go through something with a friend, don't block them or be distant. Like Tamei said, say something. Don't be like, I'm not rocking with her. I'm calling you, and you have an issue and you never brought it up. That's just my disclaimer. That is a pet peeve of mine. Like, we either gonna talk about it or we not rocking with each other. And I notice people would not rock with you, but then they
Mhm.
following you on social media. Why you want to know what's up with me if you don't even want to talk to me? You don't want to do anything with me. So that's a disclaimer. I meant to put that out there. That's not a disclaimer. That's a pet peeve of mine when people like, I'm gonna ignore you, but I still want to keep up with what you're doing. I think that is so weird to me. Like, I am
It's weird
quick to
too.
block you.
It's weird to
Like,
me
why are
too
you
because
following me?
I agree with you. I think that that's very weird energy, and I'm not with it. I'm like, no, I'm not with it. But I do agree with you when you are having an issue with a friend. Go and talk to your friend. I mean, are we in fifth grade
Right,
or are we grown
right,
women, grown men?
right,
Like, you have an issue
right.
with your friend, go and talk to them because communication can solve a lot of problems.
Yes. And
Communication is
call, don't text.
mm-hmm,
Right.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Because you be wrong.
communication is key. Right. And it's okay. I have friends that it's okay to agree to disagree. We don't have
Yeah,
to be twinsies in
yeah.
thoughts, in fashion, in
We just have to
mindset.
respect. We just have to
We
respect one
we
another.
have to
That's
respect each other, yeah, and just have a genuine relationship and
mm-hmm.
caring relationship with one another instead
I
of putting toxic there. Like, I don't like that. You want to be toxic for a little bit and then we back to friends. Like, no, it
no.
don't work that way. Let's talk it out. Like, I had a friend, we didn't talk, and like this was my girl, and she wasn't rocking with me. And one day I just was like, listen, I love you. I miss you. Let's have a conversation. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, she either gonna ignore it or she gonna respond. And she responded like, I love you and I miss you too. And we just had a conversation about, hey, I felt this way. And I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
take accountability. Like, look, I screwed up. My bad. I didn't know you felt that way, but I'm gonna be mindful. And it went back to back because we have history together, but I realized you may not get that with everybody. But I just want women and men to understand, you have these, if you have a great solid relationship with somebody and y'all have a disagreement, just don't be petty and be like, I'm blocking them. And then you want to follow them on social media. If you're going to follow them, speak to them and let them know what's going on. I just wanted to
Right.
put
No,
that there because that is very frequent.
I know you
People
seem
will
very
block
sensitive
you on
about
the phone, but be all in your stories. trying to figure out what you doing.
Yeah,
And it's just, I just
definitely
wanted to put
weird.
that disclaimer out there.
No, I think that
Yeah,
that's a
it's
very good point. I think that's a very good point. It's just like in a relationship, your relationships, like your romantic relationships, don't endure if there's no communication. You know, you
right,
could shut down and
right,
stop talking to your partner for a day because you upset. But at some point, you're gonna have to come around and be like, all right, I gotta go talk to my baby. I gotta go figure out what's
right,
going on. Like, we gotta have a conversation because we need to get past this and continue to grow. It's the same thing in a friendship.
mm,
It's not gonna go
right,
nowhere. It's not gonna grow if you don't know how to communicate what you're feeling. Because a lot of times we
right,
be wrong. Our assumptions are wrong a lot of times. And
right.
all it takes
That's
is to
why I
go and
like
talk.
to get my emotions together first before I have a conversation. Because when you talk based on the emotion, you may say something you're gonna regret.
Yes, I had that problem. I had that problem a
So,
lot. I had that problem a lot in my early 20s. I had
oh
that problem a lot.
wow,
Yeah, I used
yeah,
to act off of emotion and I would say things while I was emotional. Now I can kind
right,
of be like, all right, May, nope, don't address it today. Not today because you're
right,
upset today. You're
right,
emotional today. You're in your feelings
right,
today. So
right.
wait till you
Yup.
get in a space.
Reassess it. Yup.
Give it a day.
Because that's
When you're
right,
when you're feeling good, then go to the friend. Listen, hey, I want to talk to you, blah, 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 blah. Do it out of love, not out of anger.
right. Right. That's the same thing with my husband. I went through, we got to little tit tat, and I was kept bothering me, like, give me my space. And I'm like, no, we gonna talk right now. And he like, give me my
Oh,
space.
no.
And I'm like,
That's a big
no.
pet peeve
So
of
then, yeah, and then I
that's a
thought
big
about
pet peeve.
it, and then I said, Latrice, I had to get back in my therapy mode, like fall back. He asked for space.
Give him
I gave him
space.
his space. I waited the next day. I said, look, I apologize for disrespecting you. You requested space and time to think, and I should understand that. And now I do understand that it wasn't my right to force you to speak to me when I want you to speak to me. And some
Mhm.
people need time. And he appreciated that. So now that's why I think just think first, Latrice, before you talk. Cause I used to talk off the Richter scale, man.
Yeah. No, you
And
got to
then
think.
I just have two more things. One, can you rekindle old friendships?
So I
What's
think
the
that
pros and cons of connecting with rekindling relationships you had struggles with in the past? Maybe it changed. Maybe they want another chance. How would you work with that?
I think that it is possible. I think that it's only possible when the frequencies realigned. you
Right.
know Sometimes that friend that you had to break up with, it was because y'all started going
Hmm.
in two separate directions. Y'all had different goals. Y'all started growing apart. Now if that friend over the years that y'all were separated started finding their own mojo and leveling up, and now they're feeling great and amazing about themselves, and y'all kind of reconnect, bump into each other, and it's like, girl, I'm doing this, and girl, I'm
Hmm.
doing that, and really, okay, and
Right.
y'all start to have that connection again. Yes, I do think that it's possible to rekindle those type of relationships. Does it happen often? I don't think so. But is it possible? Yes,
Right.
I do think. I
Right.
mean, I'm an
I
optimistic
feel
person.
like it can be possible, but if you a narcissist, I'm staying away because I don't know if you
Right.
playing games with me or not.
But that means they haven't changed. That means they
Narcissist
haven't
is
grown up.
dangerous.
Yeah, that means
Yeah.
they haven't
Cause
leveled
I
up. They haven't.
had learned some friends was narcissists, and as I got older and really studied on it and learned on it, I didn't know narcissism was a mental health condition. I really didn't know. I'm
Somebody
learning
else said
on
that.
it, and I realized,
It is. It really
huh?
is. I said it really is a
Yeah, and
mental
I
condition.
noticed that it's a lot of barriers to get through those people, and it's like
I
if
don't got the
you ain't
time.
working on yourself and you not getting help, I have to fall back with that.
I don't have the
But
time.
my last thing is how yeah, I don't have no, I can't play with you. No, 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 no. Let me take that. You're not gonna play with me.
You're not gonna play with me.
You're not
Say
playing
that
with
again.
me.
Say
Right.
that again.
Yeah, you're not gonna play with me. I should put that on the t-shirt. Don't steal that, whoever heard that. You're not gonna play with me
You're
today.
not.
But
Mm-hmm.
another thing is how can a friend support a friend with mental health?
Be
What's your
there.
thoughts on it?
Be there. Be
That's how I
present.
feel.
Be present. Just be there. Like it could be the
Right,
littlest thing because everybody's going through their own thing. Everybody's going through
right,
some type of struggle, especially this day and age. Okay? So sometimes it could be the
right.
littlest thing. I'll send my friend a gospel song. I'll wake up with them on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna find the perfect gospel song and I'm
Right,
gonna send it to them that morning. I'm gonna tell them I love you, you strong, you got this. I may not talk to them for another 3 days, but you don't know what that one little song did. Be present however you can
right,
because sometimes you are depleted.
right,
Sometimes you going through your
right,
own thing. But there's ways to support your friends. When they do call you, answer the phone. Let them talk, let them
right,
vent. Because sometimes all they need is to be heard. Sometimes at home, the people at home ain't hearing them. The people at home is going through
right,
their own thing. Sometimes they just need to be
right,
heard. They need to vent. They need a supportive ear. So I would just honestly say be present. Just be there. Don't shut them out because they're going through something.
right. That's how I feel as well. Just be supportive. And I understand people go through their own problems. So I had to learn like also give everybody else grace too. People need time to themselves. You can't always
Mhm.
keep calling people venting and dumping. I don't like dumping on people.
Yeah.
So I had to refrain from that and stuff like that. But you right. I just think support, listening, being a listening ear. If you can
And knowing how
visit
to
your friend.
knowing how to reorient your friends, like what you said about the dumping and the complaining.
Right,
I have friends. I'm not with
right,
the complaining. I'm not because I understand that complaining is an energy and it creates a momentum in our lives. I understand that. Just like I
mm,
understand not being
right,
grateful and complaining about all the things you lack and all the things you need, I know that that creates a negative momentum. So when I have friends who
right.
are accustomed to always complaining, I reorient them. I tell them, don't put that label on you.
Yeah.
What made you feel good
Yeah.
today?
And the
I'm going
ones
to
that
reorient
complain,
you.
like have a resolution. Right.
It's so important,
That's a
being
good
that.
idea to get them
I'm
back
not
into
leaving you in
a
that space.
positive space.
I'm not leaving you in that space and I'm not joining your party with you because if
Right.
I'm joining your party with you, it's like I'm putting a spell on you. It's like I'm putting a curse on you to continue into your cycle.
Right.
And I want to put my magic on you. I want to pull you out the
Right.
cycle. So the way that I'm going to do that is we're going to go in the opposite direction. We're gonna think about all of the
Right.
positives. We're gonna think about what you got to be grateful for. We're gonna think about how far you came. We're gonna think about your one accomplishment today. You got up, you got dressed, honey. We gonna celebrate the
Right.
little things. That's the type of friend I am. I'm just going to
Right.
be there for you. I'm gonna tell you how beautiful you are. I do that. My friends will tell you. They be like,
Right.
Tamei gets on my. She send text messages every day. I call my friends beautiful queen, beautiful goddess, beautiful princess.
Hmm.
I'll call them what I want to be called. And that
Right.
alone
And
sometimes
I
listen.
appreciate stuff like yeah, I appreciate stuff like that because I'm like, this person is taking the time to invest in me. Let me start
Mm-hmm.
acknowledging the relationships with
Mm-hmm.
people that's investing in me, and I can return the love instead of
Mm-hmm.
focusing on people that's not investing in me or they in their own trauma and don't want to
Forget
deal with
about
it.
them.
It's like, yeah,
Forget
just
about them.
invest in the people that,
Who
yeah,
are
that's
investing in
investing in me. Like I said, I have a woman that she texts me every morning spiritual scriptures. And in the beginning, I used to get frustrated. But then one day I started crying because I'm like, she's taking the time out to send
Mhm.
me a motivational or a religious scripture to
Yeah.
make me feel better. And I read them, and then I text her back every day. It's a few people I text every day, blessings and spiritual stuff. And then I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, let me focus on the love and energy I'm getting from my people, my tribe, instead of worrying about the outsiders.
That's
And I
right. You
think
have to
that's
make
helping
room.
me have better
Mhm.
nurtured, successful
Relation,
relationships, especially with women
and you
and
have to
stuff. Because
make
I really,
room.
really feel like we need to be in each other's corner. Yeah,
Absolutely. And when
yeah,
you like stop focusing on the relationships that doesn't feel good anymore, or the relationships that's not giving
right,
what you need, or the confusing friendships, when you stop focusing on them, girl, you make space and room for the new things that God has for you, the new friendships that God has for you. You're
right,
making space and room. It's like doing spring cleaning. You can't bring new stuff into the house
right,
if your house filled up with a bunch of old stuff in the closet. You have no room for nothing. You can't bring in a new couch set if the old one
exactly,
is still there. You have to allow yourself
right,
to just purge what needs to be purged and receive what you need.
exactly.
On my mirror, I have a little saying that says, I am really good at receiving. And then I go down the list. I'm really good at receiving great friendships. I'm really good at receiving resources. I'm really good at receiving
Hmm.
great experiences. Every morning I say that.
Right.
I don't worry
Yeah,
about the
I'll
things
be in the mirror
outside.
like, thank God for the people that love me. I love
Mhm.
them. Latrice, you a great person. You have people around you that care about you, that's in your
Mhm.
corner. You're not alone, and just keep going. And I'm
Mhm.
just grateful to build these new friendships and things with people that I connect well with. And
Mhm.
yeah, this was a great conversation. Like, you have any
But
last words you would like to say?
I don't. I mean, no, I don't think so. I
Or
think that this
any
is a great
story time,
conversation.
friendship story times?
Oh my goodness. I, I told you guys about the friend that I had to break up with, and it was sad because we had been friends like for a very long time. Like my mother used to babysit her when we was children,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I got my first
Oh,
apartment,
wow.
and then when I got my first apartment, I felt lonely in the neighborhood. And one day I'm walking down the street and I see this friend that my mom used to babysit, and I was like, oh my God. And we
Mm-hmm.
became friends. And, we was very close. We kind of trauma bonded. But then over the years,
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that it was like, it was the weirdest thing. People in her life, like her family was dying, like very close people to her. I wasn't finding out. I was finding out on
Oh,
social
okay.
media, or just a lot of big
Right.
things happening in her life. And it was just weird because when those things would stop happening or those times would pass, she would come like, hey girl, da, da, da. And I'm like,
Oh,
over the years,
okay.
I'm like, girl, that hurts. It hurts.
Right.
That this type of friendship is not okay for me anymore. I'm reaching out to you.
Right.
I'm trying to spend time with you. I'm trying to maintain our friendship. And it's only when you on your time, I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I verbalized it. This friendship is
Right.
over because I was hurt. And I can't allow you to
Right.
continue to hurt. No.
Right. Right. I
And
need
then
to
I
do
prayed.
better with that.
And then I
Hmm.
prayed and new friends came into my life. And
Yeah,
I'm
because
so
it's
grateful.
heartbreaking. Sometimes friendships feel like a
It's
heartbreak,
heartbreaking.
especially if you have
It is.
long term relationships with people and they have your secrets, their secrets. It's heartbreaking.
It
So
hurts.
hopefully
It
people
hurts.
can make better connections. Yeah. Hopefully this video can help people listen to tips, how to be a better friend, or how to communicate well with your friends, how to find boundaries if things ain't working out with your friends. Is okay. It's healthy to have boundaries, people. Please, it's boundaries. Understand that. Not everybody's supposed to be in your corner, in your space, in your life, and it's okay. And you don't have to be hateful about it. You don't have to have a negative mind about it or spirit. It's
Mhm.
just the time has
It's not serving
expired,
me.
and
It's
that's
not
it.
serving me. It's not
Right,
serving anymore.
right,
That's it. It's not beneficial.
right,
It's not fruitful. No fruit has been produced in this friendship in a long time. So it's time for me to go.
right,
That's with
right.
anything,
And
even a job.
please, yeah, please nurture the friendships you have and be supportive. And if you have any questions, you can contact us. Our Instagram name tags are on here. You can write in the comments. I'm gonna tag Tamei's YouTube page. Please check out. Check out her
Mhm.
Instagram page at Magically Blessed 444. What else you got going on, girl? Because I know you got another page where you work with plants.
Yeah,
And
right now.
you
Yeah,
gotta check out. She's really dope, y'all. She is dope. She gives good, positive feedback and for affirmations, blessings of the day, tips of the day, guidance. Like she is really great. And she's a medical professional, y'all. It don't get no greater than that.
you are
But
selling
is
me,
there
girl. I love it. I
anything,
love the support.
yeah, anything else you want to say or anything new to look for?
I just want to say to you, I'm really, 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 really proud of what you're doing. I'm really, really proud of this
Thank you.
newfound power that you're tapping into, this beautiful feminine energy that you're allowing to surface. You're not being afraid of it, just allowing yourself to be you and to be authentic about who you are. And I just think it's beautiful to watch, Latrice. And I think that there's so much ahead for
Oh,
you
thank
if you remain
you.
consistent and you stay focused, because what you're doing is beautiful. You're really trying to give back to your community and help. I love what you're doing, and I'm so grateful that you invite me to have these times with you. I love them. They're amazing. Just keep doing what you're doing because you're helping
Thank
people,
you
even
so
people you
much.
don't
I
know. You're
appreciate you.
helping people. Of course.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And on that note, we concluded. Thank you guys for following us. Go to my link on the link tree. You can follow me on all avenues and stay blessed. Peace and blessings. Happy holidays. And check out my girl Tamei at Magically Blessed 444 on Instagram. And what's your name on YouTube? Tell me your YouTube name.
It's my name, Tamei Wilson.
Okay, so
Tamei
I'm gonna
Wilson.
tag her.
I haven't been very
Okay.
active on my YouTube, but Latrice is encouraging me to tap
Yeah,
back
we gotta
in.
get our girl on there. Yeah, we gotta get our girl on there. So thank you guys for checking us out. Have a good night. Take care. Thank you, Tamei. Love you.
Thank
Mwah.
you.
Peace and
Love you
blessings,
too.
everyone.
Love and light.
Bye.